Hello everyone, welcome back to Data Science with Yash. So we're gonna continue our discussion with respect to the Python series. So today we'll be discussing about the operators. The operators are very much crucial in operations in your programs. So our agenda for today will be understanding the arithmetic operators, understanding the relational operators, understanding the membership operators, and then the bitwise operators, assignment operators, logical operators, identity operators, and identity operators, right? So let us quickly start with arithmetic operators. So arithmetic operators are basically like for the mathematical calculations, we generally go for this arithmetic operators. So within this arithmetic operators, we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, the division, floor division, modulus, and the exponentiation, right? Let me give an example and clearly illustrate this thing. So I took a variable num1 where I assigned a value 20 and the num2 5, and for these two variables or these values we can perform this arithmetic operations where I'm trying to create a new variable like num1 num2 addition, and I'm trying to add these both, subtract these both, and then next is multiplication, and then division, and then this floor division. We'll talk more about this floor division and this modulus as well, and this is exponentiation. So let me print and show you the results. So I'm trying to add this both, so I got the result as 25, and then subtract this and then multiply 28 with 500, and then division is 4, and floor division is something which will give you the quotient, right? We have quotient and remainder, right? So it will give the 4. I'll tell you through an example. 1 second. Yes. So let me give 22 floor division. Right, it's 5. Okay. So I'm getting it as 4. Since quotient is 4, and for the same question, 22% is 5. Right? I have to get 2. So this 2 is the remainder and this is quotient. Right? So float division will give you the quotient and this modulus thing will give you the remainder. So similarly here, since 5 is exactly divisible by 20, we're getting remainder as 0, right? And 20 and exponential is 20 to the power 5. This is the value, right? So let's check. 8 star star 2. We can guess 64. So that means 8 power 2. Clear? And then this concept is again very much important. You're adding two strings. I have taken example. I've taken the variable as first name P, last name Yashwanth, and full name. I'm trying to concatenate both this. So strings can be concatenated when you're using the plus operator. What it does is it is combining or concatenating both these strings. Here, let me show you the result. So when I'm trying to print this, so P Yashwanth, I've added this to separate these two strings, right? And then this, so you can see here, this 24 here is a string. It is not a number here. So since it is a string, I'm able to like add these both. If it is a integer or float kind of thing, I cannot add a float and a string, right? So this makes sense. Since this is a string, we can add these both, concatenate these both, and we're able to get this result, right? And next is subtraction. You cannot subtract here. First name is P and last name is Yashwanth. So first name equals to first name plus, and then you're trying to add this space, and then you're trying to subtract this last name, which is not ideal, right? Which is not valid. So let me print and check this. So we are getting an error. You can see here unsupported operand type. Clear? And then we shall discuss about this relational operator. Relational operator, we have like so many: equals to, not equals to, less than, greater than, less than equals to, greater than equal to, right? So Let me give you examples and illustrate you in the best way. So I've taken a variable num3 and num4. I've given the values 32 to 32, and equals to is used to compare between these both. So I'm getting it as true. And there is a question I wanted to discuss quickly. So we have a question like equals to, what is the difference between equals to and double equals to? So basically this equals to, above equals to, this is used to assign the values, and this double equals to is a comparison operator. You're trying to compare these both variables, right? These are two different things. This one question that can be asked. And next is, similarly, I have taken a variable my name Yashwanth and my name 1 is again Yashwanth. I'm trying to compare. Definitely, I'm going to get as true. Clear? And this is the example of not equals to. Since these both numbers are equal and if you are stating it is not equals to, definitely it is false. And similarly, the same example, this indicates not equals to symbol. This, right? So false. Yeah. And then number 348 is greater than 24. True. We're able to get true. And here it is less than false. Definitely number 4 is greater than number 3, but not, right? So 48 is greater than 24. So we're getting the value as false, right? These are very basics. And then here I'm trying to tell number 3 is greater than or equal to number 4. Yes, since these both are equal, we're getting it true. And similarly here, number 2 is greater, 45 is greater than 44. We're getting it as true. And then we'll move into the most important or a good concept, logical operators. So in our college days, we might have learned about this AND gate, OR gate, and NOT, XOR. We have NOR, NAND, and so many gates. And the similar concept will be applicable here. But in Python, we'll be more discussing on AND, OR, and NOT. Right? So let us first read out what has been written here. So AND gate will be returning the value as true if both the operands are true. Clear? So AND will return true only if both the operands are true, and will be assigning true 1 for true and 0 for false. Clear? And for or operator, it will be returning true if either of the operand are true. Like let's say we have x and y. I'll also tell you through example. Let's say x is 1 and the y is 0, and the output will be 1. Like either of the operand is true, then we are going to get the output as true. Clear? And this not is something which returns true only if the operand is false. Right? I'll try to explain this clearly. So let's say we have x and we have y, and this is the output. Yeah. Let's say x is true, this is false, and let's say this is for AND gate. Okay. So we'll be getting it as false. And x is true and y is also true, and then we are going to get it as 1. If both the operands are true, only then we are going to get it as true in case of AND operator, right? And similarly 0 and 1 we are going to get it as false, and 0 0 we are again going to get it as false. Clear? This for AND gate. And for x y output or OR operator, x, let's say we have true and this is false, and we are going to get again true. If either of the operand is true, we are going to get the output as true, right? And 1 1 and this again 1, so true. And 0 1 again we are going to get it as 1. 0 0 we are going to get it as 0, right? False. Yeah. The same thing is here mentioned. So it returns true if both the operands are true, and OR operator is like it returns true if either of the operands are true. Clear? And this not is like returns true if the operand is false. It's like, just a second, I'll try to explain here. Let's say this is x, you have 1, then output will be 0. If this is 0, this is 1, right? I'll tell you through example. So I have written x is true and y is true, and then I'm using this AND operator. Result equals to x and y. Let's see what it x and y, right? If both the operands are true, we are going to get the result as true. Clear? And similarly, if both the operands are true and we're using OR operator, so OR condition is like if either of the operand is true, we're going to get the output as true. So the result is again true. And similarly here for AND, we have false since both the operands should be true in case of AND, right? And for OR, either of the operand is true, we are going to get the output as true. Clear? Right? So next we'll be discussing about the identity operators. Identity operators is and is not are used to compare the memory location of two objects. Right? We'll be understanding this through an example. We have a equals to 1 to 3, which is there in the list, and we are assigning b equals to a, and then we are trying to print if a is b. True. Here it is not comparing the values, but it is comparing the location of the two objects. In this example, it will be clear. Just a second. So here you can see C equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 and D equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. Here the values or the content is same, right? But when we are trying to print this C is D, we are getting it as false. Since this C and since the C and D, these are two different objects, right? So they'll be having a different location. And these identity operators are used to compare the memory location. They'll check if they are present in the same memory location. Only then it will be giving as a boolean value either true or false, right? And next is membership operator. So membership operator checks whether a particular value is a member of the sequence or not. Like the sequence can be a list, a string, tuple, or a dictionary, right? And this in operator and not in, we have in and not in. So a in operator checks if a value exists in a sequence object or not, and not in will be quite opposite, like vice versa, right? Works in an opposite way to an operator, in operator, right? So let me give an example here. So we have fruits is there in the list format, apple, banana, cherry, and I'm trying to print this banana in fruits. Since this banana is present in this particular list, so we'll be definitely getting it as true, right? Similarly, grape not in fruits, we are getting it as true. Since this grape is not there in list, and we are also telling it as we are also using the not in operator, so we're getting the result it as true. Yeah, and we have few more. We have assignment operator and bitwise operator. I'll try to explain clearly in the next class. So let's have a quick recap of what we have learned today. We have learned what is arithmetic operators, the relational operator, membership operators, and logical operators is also done, right? So that's it for today. So if you have any questions or any clarification on this particular topic, feel free to leave a comment below, or you can reach out to me in social media. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and stay updated. and I'll be coming with the advanced concepts from tomorrow. Like we'll be trying to complete the remaining operators, and we'll be moving forward to the list tuples and the data structures and all. And yes, thank you so much. Thank you for watching this video. Right.